The long-running Kashmir dispute is hindered by the rhetoric of the United Nations, which has played a role in the Kashmir dispute in various ways over the years. One of the key ways that the UN has been involved in the Kashmir dispute is through its peacekeeping efforts. In 1949, the UN established the United Nations Military Observer Group in India and Pakistan to monitor the ceasefire between the two countries in the aftermath of the first India-Pakistan war over Kashmir, and continues to operate in the region today, with a mandate to monitor and report on the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. October the 4th is a significant date in the history of the Kashmir disputes. Since 1947, October the 4th has been marked as a day of protest and commemoration by those who seek the independence of Jammu and Kashmir from India and Pakistan. The day has often been marked with protests and demonstrations, as well as calls for a resolution to the dispute and for the right of self-determination for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front, the JKLF, is a political organisation that seeks the independence of Jammu and Kashmir from India and Pakistan. The organisation was founded in 1977 by Amunullah Khan and Maqbul Bhatt, two Kashmiri nationalists who were advocating for the right of self-determination for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. JKLF has been involved in various activities, including protests and demonstrations, to advocate for the independence of Jammu and Kashmir. JKLF has also faced significant opposition from both India and Pakistan, and its members have faced arrest and detention for their activities. JKLF remains an important voice in the Kashmir independence movement, and its members continue to advocate for the rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, including activists in the United Kingdom. Jay Iqbal is the vice chair of the JKLF and arranged a meeting of fellow activists in Birmingham October the 4th, 2022, to discuss the ongoing Kashmir dispute. Mr. Iqbal, we're here today. It's the 4th of October. It's a historical date in the world of Kashmir. Can you just tell us a little bit more?
Okay, Jammu Kashmir, if you go and study British Raj, during British Raj, Jammu Kashmir was an independent state, and in month of October, it was declared independent state from the rule of Maharaja. So on 4th of October, we Kashmiris mark the day as a Kashmir Day, because that's the day a political government came into existence. Although it's short-lived because of the invasion from the tribals and then the occupied forces. So our struggle is to reunify the whole state of Jammu and Kashmir, including Gilgit-Baltistan, including Ladakh, Jammu Valley, and Azad Kashmir, and go back to the original status of 1947. So that's what the 4th of October is. It signifies as an independence day.
And yeah, here we are in 2022. We've had the Conservative Conference in the Bahar Birmingham, of course. Kashmir doesn't seem to be on the agenda, does it?
It's not, because over 7 decades passed, and now as a in United Kingdom, they have quite big economic interest in subcontinent, and they trade with, of course, with India, then their relations with Pakistan. So they don't want to offend, and then China is involved. So that's another big nuclear power. So there's a big dynamics of the politics, international politics. So at the end, Kashmiris suffer just because of this conflict.
Let's talk about Yasin Malik, who was last year, of course, he had the sentence imposed on him. And many activists, Modi's government obviously not taking any prisoners lightly, are they?
Yeah, so Yasin Malik and other political prisoners, especially the Yasin Malik case, all those cases are political motivated, some 30 to 40-year-old cases. Those cases were previously been closed down by the government. When the government started the negotiation, Yasin Malik met 7 former Indian prime ministers. He done some foreign tours as well. He met few Pakistani prime ministers as well, so, and in 7 Indian prime ministers. So Manmohan Singh, it was a big name. So Yasin and Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, they done some negotiation, they done table talks. So if Yasin Malik was a terrorist, if Yasin Malik had all these cases, if there anything was kind of slight, I would say, truth behind those cases, those table talks wouldn't. There was no way that was possible. But Now, when the BJP Modi-led fascist government started, RSS, they got their agenda. So rather than clearing the mess, they're trying to create more mess, they're trying to create more division, they try to create more hate, and that's why they kept Yasin Malik and other political prisoners behind the bar, so people can't settle.
Sufyan Guillaume Ansari is also a member of the JKLF Birmingham wing and a staunch activist, and recognises the significance and importance to observe 4th of October as a landmark date in history for the people of Kashmir.
Not just Kashmir, it's our blood. It's within us. It's a human rights what we're fighting for, and it means the world to us because that's our roots and that's where we belong, and that's our motherland. That is our homeland that we call home.
It's almost 50 years and the dispute continues. The autonomy question is still at very much at the forefront.
Yeah, it's a shame, but this is why we're here on this day, to kind of like to celebrate what we've done, but also to fight for what the right course is for our people, for not just the people in the present moment, but the future to come, and to own what it belongs to us.
And that's the heart of the question, isn't it? It's about what belongs to who, and the dispute continues.
Yes, that's what it is. It's unfortunately everyone has their own views, but it's about fighting for your rights. It's fighting for the haq. It's what's going on around the world and what the people are suffering, what they're going through, the tragedies. But unfortunately, their voices are not being heard. So we have to become their voice. We have to unite together under one aim and objectives to become that voice, for that aim and objective to be achieved.
Your biggest vocalist and activist was Yasin Malik, who we saw last year, who obviously got the sentence imposed on him. What kind of message did Modi send to the world?
He sent the wrong message. He sent that he's not listening. He's showing the world leaders that he's not going to listen to other leaders. He's showing that Kashmir has no values, the people don't have a voice, and it's a total wrong message. Everyone has entitled to their voice. It's our freedom of speech, and he's taken the rights away from people to speak up for themselves. And a great leader like Yasin Malik, the work that he's done, he's now known around the world, not just in Kashmir, but around the world he's known. Modi has taken that right away. For a great leader, he's taken that right away from him, and he's trying to contain. But people are not going to be contained. It's going to bring more people out. It's going to get more people out on the streets. It's going to get more people to raise their voice and their opinions about this matter, because it needs to be heard.
We saw, obviously, this year in August, the 75th year of partition. Again, a blot in history. Mountbatten obviously was influential in that particular turmoil. I think it was the biggest mass displacement of human life, and Britain very much at the centre of the whole issue of Kashmir. It needs to do more, doesn't it?
Yes, we all need to do our part. You are right, because this is what we're here for. Every single person is giving their time. It's not just the time, it's the effort as well to raise our voices. Like today here, we're gathered together here, is to create that awareness, and also to get people together to say, look, this is what we're here, this is the course, this is what we're doing, and it's to continue that battle. But it's not just over one night, but it's continue every day, every hour, every minute, every second of our life.
Aslam Mirza, Vice Chairman of the JKLF, has dedicated his life to the long political Kashmir dispute, and acutely aware that world political leaders need to do much more to find a resolution to the dispute, which will require a willingness and a compromise and a commitment to finding a peaceful solution that respects the rights and interests of all parties involved.
सो साड़ा जेड़ा बुनियादी मसला है वो ये नहीं है कि असा की ये राइट दिता जाए असा किधर जा साड़ा जेड़ा मसला है वो जेड़ा साड़ा हक के हुक्मरानी है, ठीक है, तो हक के हकमियत है, हक के बालकियत जड़ा आ वो असा वापस गिनना है। सो मसला जड़ा आ वो सिंपल साड़ा इतना आ कि साढ़े खिते पर साड़ी रियासत पर जड़ियाँ गैर मुल्की फौजन वो बाहर निकली जान, खाली साड़ा मसला इतना आ। डिमांड असा जी करनी है वो ये करनी है, चले फौजा बाहर निकली जान तो रियासत ने लोगों की अपना इकतदार आला जड़ा वो वापस मिली जाना, जिसने वास्ते हज़ारा लोगों कोई 100 साल तक जंग की कुर्बानियाँ दी। सो असल च होया क्या आ जदा इन्हां कब्जा किया दोवां मुल्कां ने, तो दोवां मुल्कां दी पॉलिटिक्स है, ये उन्होंने नैरेटिव है, ये साढ़े नैरेटिव नहीं। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਨੈਰੇਟਿਵ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਿੰਪਲ ਉਹ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ पूरी रियासत कश्मीरियां नहीं है असा उसी आज़ाद ही तकना चाहते हैं लिहाजा जेड़े गैर मुल्की जिस भी मुल्क दी फौजां वो अपने मुल्क दी फौजां पार कर
सो पाकिस्तान की फौज निकले बाहर, इंडिया की फौज निकले बाहर,
चाइना की फौज भी बाहर निकले
ठीक है।
ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ भी गैर मुल्क दी फौजां उन्होंने उत्थे कोई काम नहीं असा उन्हें की नहीं बुलाया वो जबरन उत्थे आए वो काबज न उत्थे क्योंकि इस वक्त कश्मीरी होना जड़ा आ वो ज़रूरी है और फिर कश्मीरियत पर हक जताना ज़रूरी है फिर उसने बस जदोजहद करना ज़रूरी बनी जाना तो उसने बाद फिर हक हकमीयत ने जड़े ना वो मालक जड़े ना वो फिर कश्मीरी बनने